Hey, I am back yet again because I got a lot to talk about today. As you can see, my Curl Kit box is still right there. But I wanted to talk to you about female health. I guess, and the fact that I, like a lot of women, and definitely a lot of women in America, am someone who deals with uterine fibroids. What they are benign tumors that are non-cancerous, and they grow in or on your uterus. I have had this issue since 2009, and I also believe and have read things that they're hereditary. So you know, man, what happens? It just happens. So I think that a lot of the issue outside of it being a hereditary condition is the fact that here in America we eat a lot of processed food, processed, just unbelievably processed food. So I, being brown, like quite a few people out there, eat a lot of chicken. So eating a lot of chicken, which is already high in estrogen, is an issue. What having fibroids is, in most cases, is having a hormone, imbalance. So your progesterone level and your estrogen is just like askew. Like, here's the estrogen, here's your progesterone. Now the reason why I said brown is because we browns, or people with a little more melanin, us Latino women, we are typically more prone to it because we are curvy, shapely, and being more shapely, from what I've read, is based on the fact that we have higher levels of progesterone. I believe it's progesterone, or it could be estrogen, but we're more dominant in that, and I believe that it's more I think it's progesterone than estrogen. So because of that gives us the cute little shape, yes, but then we also end up with issues, some internal problems like this. So back to chicken. Because chicken is high in estrogen, it's not good for us to eat if you already have this issue. I, again, have been dealing with this problem since 2009. I thought it was endometriosis, which I believe is like scar tissue or something on the uterus. So it can give you the same kind of symptoms, but just isn't the same condition. And most people who have endometriosis and or fibroids have terrible, horrible, ridiculous menstrual issues. Sometimes they're so long that you feel like you need a blood transfusion. It's crazy. You're in so much pain that it's just ridiculous. Sometimes you flow again so heavy that you want to, or you may end up in a hospital because you are now, you may be iron deficient. Some people have anemia based on it. I'm one of those people who ended up with, I had not one but two different types of anemia because of these fibroids. It made me tired all the time. It makes me very moody. I already have a stank attitude. So because of that, it kind of just went ignored for a while because I was kind of angry at the world for a little while. So nobody knew any different. And then I discovered, boom, this is the problem. I've always since cycle 1, when I was 11 years old, had horrible, horrific, Lord Jesus help me, Moses, somebody call a doctor, cramps. And it just never stopped, and it will always be terrible the first I give it a good solid 2 days, and by day 3 it starts to wean off, but it's like horrible, to a point where I was on oxycodones and Vicodin, and just, yes, I need drugs. I don't need medicine, I need drugs. Like, before I found out that I had fibroids, I remember going to the hospital and them doing ultrasounds and x-rays on me, like, well, and doing blood tests and urine analysis, and like, well, you're not pregnant, so I don't know what's going on. And I'm, why you're in so much pain? I'm like, I'm having my cycle. They're like, well, this shouldn't hurt this much, but this was before they told me what was wrong. And they actually gave me morphine. Yeah, so when I say I'm in pain, like, it's serious. Like, my hips lock, I can't stand, I get really nauseous, I get migraines. It's World War III. I mean, crying, bawling, crying. And a lot of the doctors, or not necessarily a lot, but a lot of doctors, when you read up on it, say things like you can get things like UFE, which is uterine fibroid embolization, which is where a procedure is like little recovery time. You can have, it's these like little plastic beads that they put, literally like little plastic particles, but they're like little beads, little bits of rice, but plastic, that they put in your body. They go into the actual artery that connects the fibroid to your uterus. Now, it's supposed to block blood supply to these tumors, which would then stop them from growing, which will then cause them to shrink. Doesn't mean they really disappear, but they shrink. Okay. Then there's the surgery, this lovely surgery called a myomectomy. Now, what a myomectomy is where they give you a bikini cut. So they cut you from side to side like they would if you were having a C-section. And they go into your body and they take your uterus out. They open your uterus up. They take the fibroids off it or out of it, depending on where you have them. Because some of them, if they're inside, they're submusical. And I forgot what the other one is. So I know some of these terms. It's a lot. And then they put you back together, put everything back on the inside, and you're done. And you may still be able to have children. Don't know. There's the laparoscopic myomectomy. The laparoscopic myomectomy is similar to the plain myomectomy, but what that is if your fibroids are small enough, they use these robotic arms. They make 2 incisions, one on either side, like near your actual ovaries, and they have these tubes that go in. Okay, they go in to where the fibroid is. These little, like, look like scissors come out of the ends of these tubes, cut the fibroid up, and then they go back inside, they retract back into the tubes, and then it kind of turns into a vacuum, and it sucks the bits of fibroid out of your system, and that's if they get all of them, and that's still no guarantee that they may not grow back. With 4 to 6 week recovery time, which now means that you have scar tissue on your uterus, which again means you may not be able to have children. Who knows? All of this stuff. Crazy. And then there's the good old hysterectomy, where they just take your uterus like, girl, you don't need that, you don't want it, you don't want to have any children. You don't need, who need uterus? For what? Which they don't bother to tell you, like, yes, when you get rid of your uterus, your fibroid issues will be gone, baby. They won't grow back because they'll have nothing to attach to. But what will happen is your hormones will be twice as unbalanced. And you thought you were crazy before. Yeah, be crazier now. Like hot flashes, like you'll be menopausal. I'm 32 years old. I prefer to keep my uterus. I'm just saying, I'm 32 years old, married, no children. I would love for my husband and I, as I call her, husband, wife, husband, get them together, wife, husband, to have child and or children. At least 2. I'm good with 2. And so I've been doing a lot of researching on things and looking more towards more natural solutions, and what I have found is the things that I've been doing have not really stopped the fibroids from causing me immense pain all the time. I have found some solutions to some things that has eased it some. I haven't shrunk them to a place where they are again, like, unnoticeable, because they are definitely noticeable. But what I have done is I have stopped them from growing. I have stunted the growth. So I'm already in a good, or rather on a good path. Now, what I do, and I don't even have everything right now, but I'm going to show you what just came. I'll get things from LuckyVitamin.com. Lucky Vitamin sells everything: organic shampoos, natural dog shampoo, teas, vitamins, herbs, all of these good things. And I have done research, and there's two things that I'm missing. There's natto. It's like, I believe the word is natto kinase, and then there's serapeptase. Now, what the natto and the serapeptase do is they're given a lot of times to people who have had like heart surgery, because I believe it's the serapeptase. Serapeptase, excuse me, breaks down blood clots, which pretty much is an issue with the fibroids themselves. So it breaks down the clot, and the natto breaks down fibrin, which is what the fibroids for the most part are made of, is excess fibrin tissue. So those two things combined combat the issue. I've taken red clover. Unfortunately, I don't have a bottle with me right now, but I've taken red clover. It's like a green powder. It looks sort of like algae in a gel kind of capsule. And red clover, I believe, is like a natural, well, not necessarily synthetic, but it's a natural estrogen for your body. And I've also taken Mexican wild yam. Let me show you this. That I do have right here. Wild yam, a lot of women take when they're going through menopause because it raises your progesterone level. So I take the red clover and this sometimes to try to even out my hormone levels. And I'm one of those people when my cycle is about to happen, where what ends up happening is that I bloat. You know, you normally bloat as if, you know, when your cycle is about to happen. Most women do retain water, things like that. But for me, my issue, I look to be like 5 months, almost 6 months pregnant. It's crazy. So I found other natural things, like my cycle is late a lot of times. I will have, some people have, you know, regular, normal, 26, 28 days count before you have a cycle. I've had 35 days, I'm waiting. 47 days, waiting. 29 days, waiting. Right now, I just had a conversation with my husband, just had a conversation with her about the fact that I have yet to have my cycle. She looked at me and said, "You realize that you didn't have a cycle at all in October?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And she's like, "No, I don't think that you did. Like, it was the end of September, but I don't think that anything happened to you at all in October." And I just was like, wow. It's almost Thanksgiving. So we talking now almost 60 days. Stress throws you off. Stress is also another issue for having fibroids, and as a brown person in America, living in the inner city, stress is just everyday life. But yeah, I've had a lot of traumatic things happen to me, to my family, to just a lot in the past few months, year. It's just been hectic, but I still keep smiling because I'm supposed to, and that's that. So what I got from Lucky Vitamin, okay, is, if you do any research, dandelion. I believe I have dandelion tea. Dandelion tea is supposed to be good for the reproductive system. And I believe I also purchased raspberry tea. Again, good for, it says female health. Even on the box itself, it says women on the box. Okay. Came with a whole bunch of coupons, which is really, really neat. Things, more vitamins, cleanses, flushes, things like that. I'll definitely be checking that out. I bought dandelion pills, 520 milligrams, Dandelion root. Okay, so dandelion root, it says it helps to support fluid balance. So we'll see how this works. So you take it twice a day, and capsules may be opened and prepared as a tea. So that's cool to know that I can either ingest it. I can ingest it two different ways. I can either drink it or pop it. So that's really, really neat. I bought Tom's Simply White toothpaste, which you know Tom's is pretty much a natural toothpaste. It says no bleaching chemicals, but this is a natural toothpaste that is a fluoride toothpaste. Helps whiten your teeth and prevents cavities. So I'm going to try that. And it also came with a $1 coupon. Cool, 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 cool. And I bought a detox. Now, also, another issue with fibroids is your liver. Your liver is what helps your body to flush out excess estrogen. And if you don't get rid of the excess estrogen, just period, your hormones will do what? Be unbalanced. So because your hormones will be off, then you'll end up with fibroids like I do. In a sense, you might. So again, I'm not flushing the excess estrogen like I'm supposed to. So I don't know which hormone I have more of. Is it more progesterone, which is why I'm super, not, I could say super curvy, but I am kind of a curvy chick. Or do I have more estrogen because it's just hanging around because it's not being flushed? So we'll see. But this is a detox, and it says it supports healthy liver and kidney function. So I'm flushing everything. Just clear it out, clear it out, clear it out. All day at work, all day at work. Water. But I'm not really drinking the water. I am eating ice all day. This is another reason why I think that I am anemic, because I crave ice. But the issue with me and ice is I don't like drinking water because water doesn't stay at a constantly brisk temperature. So I like to eat ice because it stays the same temperature the whole time. Like that's my real reason for why I like to eat ice. So I have this liver detox to help with that. So I drink water all day. So I'm just constantly flushing one way or another. I'll be drinking this. And I also bought the raspberry leaf tea. And it says women's raspberry leaf supports the female system. It says it on the box. Here we go. Supports the female system. So that I would not run out of anything. I bought 3 boxes of each thing. So I'm good for a while. I bought 3 boxes of each. There's 16 bags in each one. I got them from Lucky Vitamin. I believe that they were like $3 for each box. $2 or $3 for each box. I bought 3 boxes again of the green tea. Excuse me, of the detox tea. 3 boxes of the raspberry tea and the capsules. They gave me the toothpaste for free, which was cool. And all in all, I believe this was $50. It doesn't say it on my invoice, but I believe this whole thing was like $50 somewhere. It wasn't $50. Excuse me, it was like $35. It was like $35. So fibroids are a serious issue, people, and I am combating them with everything that I can run my hands across. I take blackstrap molasses. Blackstrap molasses is good for people who are anemic because it's really, really high in iron. I take a tablespoon of that, drink it in milk. I was doing it daily. I'm going to get back to doing that. I take black seed oil. Black seed oil is good for everything. Everything. Your immune system, your hormone levels, your skin, your every look up black seed oil. Let's see. I'm on it. I'm just on it. I'm trying to make it a situation where these things are saying, we got to go. I'm not being nice to these fibroids. I'm not moping. I'm not crying every day. I'm not moody, irritated, pissed off in my bed like, oh my gosh, whatever. What am I? No. Damn that. No. I mean, dietary changes, flushes, detoxes, herbal supplements. It's on. It's on and popping. This is my body. I'm going to do what I want to do with it. It's going to do what I want it to do. It's not doing what it wants to do because it has ran amok, and now it's time for me to put it back in check. And that's where it is. If I continue to think negatively, then negative shit is all that's going to happen. It's easy. So I'm not doing it anymore. And these past few months, I've been feeling really good. Another tip and trick, ladies or gentlemen who would like to share this with their ladies. If you are ever late for your cycle or you're in a lot of pain, you can take parsley, which I'm going to do today. Dried parsley, 2 tablespoons of dried parsley equals like 6 tablespoons of fresh parsley. You can put in a cup of hot water as if you were making tea. Let it steep, which means just let it sit in the hot water for like 10 minutes. You can add sugar to it, and you can drink it. You can either strain it and take the bits of parsley out, or you can drink it as is. It's up to you. And what parsley does is it is something that naturally relaxes the cervix. It opens it, it relaxes the cervix. And a lot of people, you know, in ancient times and stuff that we had no idea, you know, colonists and colonial people were taking parsley and drinking parsley to induce labor because it relaxes your cervix. Boom. So if you're having cramps, try that. And the more things that I learn, the more things I will share, the more things you know, I want you to let me know. Comment. Let me know. I'm not the only person dealing with this. When I found out that I had fibroids, that's what I felt like. Absolutely. I felt like I was the only person in the world who had it. I went into a horrible depression for like 2 years. It wasn't a month. This was years. And yeah. I'm willing to share and again, work with people who are willing to work with me. So, I'm also on Instagram, and I'm going to put that information down the bottom, and I am Naturally Dame on Instagram, and I also talk about fibroids and things like that, and show pictures and supplements on my Instagram. So find me, people, like contact me, email me, something. So, we can chat. I hope this helps, and I will keep you posted with my progress. And yeah, that's it. So happy health, people. Happy health.